Thank you for logging on to the PawCast for the week of Monday, May 2nd through Friday the 6th. Hello, I'm Mr. Andrews, and it's time for some Pawville news. On Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, we're going to be using line plot graphs to help us organize data. We'll have an assessment on Wednesday, and I'll also toss in some questions in which students will need to read carefully to figure out whether they're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide the fractions and whole numbers within those problems. On Tuesday, I'm going to ask students to turn in their Major League Baseball graphs. They will have to be completed all the way up through Sunday's game. Students will get grades, a test grade for the line side and for the bar graph side. Then I'll give them back to the students and they'll continue collecting and graphing their baseball team's data. And then at the end of the 9 weeks, I'll collect them again for 2 more test grades based again on accuracy and completeness. We are at the end of the 5th grade math curriculum date. We complete that with this test on Wednesday of line plot graphs, which means for the next 4 weeks, we're going to be in review mode, making sure that our students are as completely ready for 6th grade math as possible. So what's going to drive the instruction for the next 4 weeks? Well, the benchmark data that we took about 2.5 weeks ago. So I've been poring over the types of questions that most of our students were missing, and we're going to be using that as our instruction. In science for this week, we're going to be talking about how organisms change their environment and how they survive in variable environments. We'll have an assessment in science on Tuesday of this week. On Wednesday, we have a very special visitor coming. His name is Rob Jacobs. Rob Jacobs is a master beekeeper, and he's going to talk to us about how beekeeping and honeybees in general really help our ecology, or the habitat in which they survive and live in. In social studies this week, we're going to begin our first week of paying jobs in Pawville, which also means we're going to have our first week of tax paying in Pawville. Our students are going to have to come up with a tax plan that will help us to accrue enough money to pay the 5th week of our school year in salaries. We have enough money in our treasury to pay salaries for 4 weeks, just not that 5th one. So we'll be devising a tax plan that taxes just enough money to be able to supplement that last week of payroll. In ELA this week, we'll continue with our guided reading centers. Poetry is going to be going out, and we're going to be coming in with comparing text of similar nature. So, and we'll have a new TFK and a new super science that we'll be working with this coming week as well. Mr. Andrews, he's in the U.S., he's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Now it's time for Where in the World is Mr. Andrews? Mr. Andrews has not been to the state's capital, so he doesn't have a selfie in front of the Capitol building. Clues for this week's state include: this state is known as the Yellowhammer State, the Cotton State, and the Heart of Dixie. The world's first electric trolley system was introduced in this state. The National Space Flight Center is located in this state. Famous people from this state include baseball great Willie Mays, country singer Hank Williams, civil rights leader Rosa Parks, and Apple CEO Tim Cook. Remember to write the state name and capital city.
Where
Yes, he's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Let's all have a great week, and let's get the big paw.